You know, Diddy is an old school player with the pimp stick and the watches in the coat type player. This is Dee. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. Well, guys, I am back with a new video, and it has been a minute since I've done like a talking video, but I am back because I want to discuss like a couple of videos that I've seen on the relationship between Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, and Young Miami, who is a rapper with the group City Girls. Now, I'm going to give my thoughts on this relationship between this much older man, he's 52 and she's 28, and how unfortunately Young Miami is perpetuating the issues that often hold young Black women back. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to show you a few clips from an interview that Young Miami did with Diddy about a week ago, as well as a live stream, an Instagram live stream they did yesterday. Diddy is more of my generation, and so when I heard he was, dating this person, I'm like, who is she? And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I was a bit surprised, because if you look at the women in his life, I mean, he used to date J-Lo back in the day. The love of his life was a woman called Kim Porter. He dated Cassie. He dated again Lori Harvey. When I saw this woman, this Young Miami, I was just taken aback, you guys, because she doesn't seem to, I don't believe she's his type. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this video is I heard about the so-called chemistry between the two of them. But I didn't see that at all. I mean, a lot of what I saw was just cringe-worthy. And I felt sorry for her, to be honest with you. You know, Diddy is an old school player with the pimp stick and the watches in the coat type player. Diddy was in those streets before this girl was even born. To me, the basic incompatibility is just glaring. So let's take a look at this first clip where they discuss marriage.
Why you never got married?
Just wasn't ready, just didn't want to do it. When I was growing up, my father got killed when I was young, when I was 2. Then my mother, she just never wanted to have men around. So I never really saw a relationship like that. I was just raised around women. And so I never really had those aspirations. So
just sort of illustrates the problem just within the Black community as a whole. Firstly, Diddy represents a lot of Black men who, as he said, did not have men in the household. He never saw relationships. He never saw his mother in a good relationship. So he didn't know what that looked like. He has 6 children by 3 different women. And while he did not express an interest in being married, still, he says he has baby fever. He wants more children.
Do you want more kids? Cause
yeah. I definitely want to have more kids.
Now let's talk about her. I mean, she said that, she sort of agreed with him and echoed with him how, I don't want to be married because when I get ready to go, I want to be able to go.
I don't want to be married because when it's time for me to get the fuck home, I want to go. I'm packing my shit and I'm leaving. I don't want to be nobody's wife, ex-wife. I don't even know you. Bye. So I don't have a desire to be married either.
Okay. But she said she wanted to have kids.
I want I want twins, so that's why I was throwing it out there. She want more kids because I wanted a set of twins, and I know they weren't.
You said
they weren't in your family.
You said you ain't want to have no more kids when we was talking.
Yeah, but I want some twins now. I changed my mind.
You changed your mind?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so you don't want to be a wife, or you say you don't want to be a wife. You think there's something wrong with being a wife, but you have absolutely no issue with being a baby mama. And keep in mind, she's 28 and she has 2 children by 2 different men. Her oldest is 9, so she would have had him at 19, and she has a 2-year-old. This is a young black woman involved with this older, powerful man who, in my opinion, is just telling him what she thinks he wants to hear. Because I promise you, if next month he comes to her with a 10-carat diamond ring and gets down on one knee and says, "Young Miami," or Carisha is her name, "Carisha, will you marry me?" I guarantee you she would say yes. But this is how black women play themselves. And no, marriage is not the end all be all, obviously. But baby, if you're going to have children with a man, why wouldn't you want to be his wife? Young Miami, it just continues to perpetuate the baby mama culture that ultimately is detrimental to black women in so many ways. The black men who create these babies then look down upon them for having them. This next clip is from an Instagram Live they did yesterday, and this is what prompted this video. Take a look.
DJ. Need a new DJ right now. KK, give me a new DJ.
Diddy, what's up?
My engineer out here.
Diddy, what's up?
Did you see how she was speaking to him, but he wasn't engaged? He was ignoring her, talking about the DJ, and she's just, she was just kind of like an afterthought, and she was like almost jumping up and down. Hey, look at me, trying to get his attention. There is a significant power dynamic here, where he has like all the power within this relationship. And when I say power, I don't mean sort of the male, female, masculine, feminine dynamic, as it should be. Despite her feminine appearance, she is very masculine. She's a beautiful girl who talks like a dude. And because of how she shows up in this world, he sees her in a certain way. Now, one thing I found very noteworthy was when he called her my ninja. Take a look at this clip.
I'll just call you, say what's up, my nigga. I want to just have a party with you.
Because that, when a black man says that, he says that to his boys, not to his girl, the woman who's supposed to be his girl. So when I say about, when I talk about femininity and her lack thereof, that's what I mean. Do you think he would have said that ever to Kim Porter or Lori Harvey or Cassie or J-Lo? Do you think he would have called any of those women my ninja? My ninja. Do you think that? Absolutely not. There's a level of disrespect.
I'm so happy.
You look good.
I'm so happy, my nigga.
When a man speaks to a woman like she is one of his boys, that is symbolic of how he really sees you. Now let's look at the clip where they talk about their relationship. She asked him about the nature of their relationship.
What's your relationship status? You Mr. Act Bad?
I'm single, I'm single.
Diddy finally confirmed that they are dating, but he made it clear that he is still single, right?
All right. So what we is?
We date. We dating. We go have dates. We friends.
Okay.
We go to exotic locations. We have great times. We go to strip clubs.
That could easily be a man talking about one of his boys. But in no way, shape, or form did he ever claim her. And here's another clip I found very telling when they were talking about their favorite foods. Watch.
Chinese food or American?
But I know you like Chinese food, so I was just like, you know.
I like Chinese food. I like collard greens, macaroni and cheese, picture peas and rice.
You don't like Chinese food?
Chicken lo mein. I think that's what it's called. Shrimp fried rice, egg rolls. Not a fan of it.
Now, they've been dating probably for like almost a year now. And he thinks her favorite food is Chinese when she doesn't even like Chinese. And I just found it almost sad how she said she wants to be sophisticated, she wants to be classy, so she eats sushi.
I feel like, I want to be classy. I like sushi. You go out to eat with a man, he take you to a 5-star restaurant, you don't know what to order.
Yeah.
So normally you will order like a surf and turf.
Yeah.
I want to know that. I want you to know that, like, yeah, I want yellowtail.
Yeah. Yellowtail sushi.
And I'm going to eat my chopsticks.
Yeah.
Real classy.
That's right.
I don't know, it's just their dynamic is so off. Young Miami is yet another black girl, a young black woman dealing with generational curses. Her mother was in prison, just released from prison in 2021 after doing 5 years for attempted murder. She was abused by her first baby daddy, and there were several incidents of domestic violence. August 2019, she was shot while she was pregnant. And last but not least, the baby daddy of her oldest son was killed in 2020. I believe young Miami is very damaged. I mean, how could she not be? This young woman has been through a lot. She is kind of the poster girl for, a lot of the black women in the black community. And I think that's why she is relatable. But I think she is a symbol of a lot of the problems within our community. And the trauma it creates, and the lack of self-esteem and low standards and boundaries that are taken forward with regards to the men that we choose. In this last clip, again, very telling, Diddy asked her if she still believed in love.
Still believe in love? Since you like after going through, things that you're going through?
I feel like for me, I'm still young, so I'm not really focused on love because love is like a distraction.
Yeah.
And I got kids to feed, so I feel like love will come, later on down the line for me. So do I still believe in love? Kind of, sort of, but niggas ain't shit.
I hear that.
Think about what she is saying to him. Think about how that makes her look to him. When she says ninjas ain't shit, he was like, you are mistaken if you think men do not judge you and then put you in a certain category. And let's be honest, she is not in any way, shape, or form on the level of the women he has dated in the past in terms of education, sophistication, articulation. This is the hood girl that he's gonna bring to Coachella, to kick it on the yacht, all that stuff. And I don't believe for one moment that this is a woman that he's gonna be proud to take, to some fancy event, the Academy Awards. He went to the Oscars this year. She wasn't on his arm, he didn't bring her. You see what I mean? And they were dating. This was just a couple of months ago. I mean, look, people grow up in different situations, okay? I grew up in the suburbs. I mean, I'm sure I talk like I grew up in the suburbs. This woman clearly grew up in the hood, and it sounds like she grew up in the hood when I'm watching these clips. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there are times when it was difficult for me to understand her.
I want twins, so that's why I was throwing it out. All right. So what we is?
And I think ultimately, in his position, that does matter. You know, it's almost like the Tiffany Haddish Common relationship. I don't really believe he ever saw her as someone for the long term, someone who was at his level. You could say, well, you know, you're going to be played, at least it's better to be played by a rich man. And, you know, I guess there is some truth to that, assuming she gets something out of this. Baby mama culture, the lack of a father in the home, telling herself that she doesn't even want a father in the home or a marriage, but she doesn't see it that way because, like Diddy, she never had anything to emulate in terms of a healthy relationship. This is normal for her. And Diddy is, you know, is an example of someone who has very narcissistic qualities, who I don't think values her as much as he should, or as much as she clearly values him. It's going to be interesting to see how this whole relationship with Diddy plays out. I don't see it ending well for her, but I hope she learns the lessons and makes some positive changes to sort of heal the wounds of the past so she can make better choices. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please thumbs it up and please comment below and share your thoughts. As always, thank you for your support. So until next time. Mwah.